walking the streets of Vilnius.
Church of the Holy Cross.
Doing a walking tour of Vilnius.
Yeah, so why there are so many people?
We are waiting for our tour. How do you say this city? Vilnius?
Vilnius.
Vilnius.
Yeah, Vilnius.
Thank you.
Walk a lot at first, okay? So let's do that. Yeah, okay, you can take the picture. Flag, and because of the combination of our flag, a lot of people actually think that Lithuania is somewhere in Africa or in South America, just because the colors do not look like, the combination of the colors does not look that European, right? Do you remember I told you we have a history of more than 1,000 years, so quite a long one, but I'll just give you a short overview of our history, because, well, a lot of people think that Lithuania is just post-communist country or post-Soviet country, but they don't really know that we had a country before that, and we did. Like from 13th to 16th century, Lithuania was known as the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, a huge empire in Europe that stretched from the Baltic Sea to the Black Sea in the 15th century. Have you heard of that one? And as Lithuanians do not have a lot of things to be proud of these days, we love to talk about that part of our history, as, you know, then we were like strong and powerful, like one of the strongest countries in Europe. So during this tour I will mention a few facts from that part of our history, but no.
This is still German street.
Like right now we have approximately 40 churches. Can you imagine how the city looked when there were like 100?
Vilnius was the Jerusalem of the North, he said.
Be higher than that one. But well, Jews still wanted to build like the highest synagogue in Lithuania, and it was built at the end of 14th century, so quite a long time ago. And the appearance of the church hasn't changed that. People were not good at making bricks yet. They didn't really know how to make them, so they by accident touched a few, and that's why we have bricks with fingerprints. So the Duke of Lithuania became the King of Poland and promised to all the Polish people to baptize whole Lithuania in 1 year. At that time, there were a lot of 3 pubs / restaurant. Just a tip for you, you know, like if you are interested in that. Take a look at this monument. This is a monument to a Jewish doctor who lived in Vilnius before the Second World War, and he was known as a very generous doctor. He used to cure poor people and for free, so that's why he was known as the generous doctor. And he was like quite a famous person in the city of Vilnius because he was involved not only in like curing people, but also in charity work, in politics, like one of the most famous personalities in the city of Vilnius at that time. And also he said when he lived in Vilnius that the best cure for children is milk and chocolate ones. So children started to like him a lot, and if there was, so he was like really a celebrity among children of Vilnius as well. Didn't work?
I didn't try. I checked my wallet.
Do you know all the flags? So Saint Christopher is the patron saint of Vilnius. Do you hear the legend they tell about Saint Christopher? No?
It's a different one.
It's Casimir's church, and this one is actually the first Baroque church in Vilnius. I pointed that church out not because of that. Actually, during the Soviet times, this church was not used as a church. No churches were used as church during the Soviet times. All of them were converted into something else, mostly to museums or warehouses. And this one was actually used as the Museum of Atheism. Yeah, Soviets wanted to do. Yeah. So right now, all of you are standing on the border to an independent republic of Užupis in Vilnius. Užupis means on the other side of the river, and approximately 20 years ago, that place was one of the most dangerous places in Vilnius, where you could meet only homeless people walking around, criminals. There was one street called the Street of Death in that republic, actually. Not often is in this red brick building, the restaurant. So if artists want to make any important decisions, they know where other artists are waiting for them. So they just go all together to this restaurant and make laws and write the constitution after this. We have also a flag, an anthem, and also an Independence Day. On the 1st of April we celebrate their independence. And if you come here on the 1st of April, you should have your passport with yourself. Because this bridge become a custom post, and if you want to get into the Republic, you have to show a visa to a guardian. A visa is a smile, so it's not that hard to get one. And if you do not have a passport, artists can put a stamp on your forehead, on your cheek, on your palm, but they will definitely put a stamp somewhere.
We also have the locks here.
So that's the place where you get the stamp. So nothing stops you. Everything is possible. And this kind of fort is the smallest fort in the house. Second longest. Yeah.
What is this address?
Used to be a washing machine, someone stole the door. That's the actual size of the brain. We use them like fully or something because it is a lot of people say that you use only
The brain and the elf's house. With a little door.
Not yet. Okay, so he used to be a teacher of Lithuanian language and you see a man in an army uniform that looks like that and has a pipe in his hand. That's probably Bilbo. That's the guy. He calls himself the Duke of Lithuania. And he's
Bra and shirts and table on the roof.
It's hard, isn't it? Like to take a picture. I want to show you one language on this wall. And people use it in Georgia. So quite an interesting one. We also have like old Irish, Tibetan language. So some.
We're leaving this place now. There's a beautiful river.
You can stop smiling.
There, you can stop smiling now.
Lithuania came to Vilnius because this place was full of forest, just to hunt. In the evening he was so tired that he just fell asleep by one of the hills, that one, and he dreamt a dream about a huge iron wolf standing on the top of that hill and howling like hundreds of wolves. When the Duke woke up, he went to a pagan priest to ask what did his dream mean, because at the and it was built at the beginning of 16th century. So you the street in the old town with no artworks on the walls. But then other people heard about it, like other artists who decided to honor 200 artworks on the walls of the street. This is one. Show you that one. Well, because everyone wonders, what is that? Well, it's kind of obvious what is that, but like, why is it? No, not for dentists. Harris. He wrote Hannibal Lecter. You must have heard of Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, so Thomas Harris, he's not Lithuanian. He has never been in Lithuania. He has nothing to do with our country. He just wrote in his book about Hannibal Lecter that Hannibal Lecter comes from Lithuania, that he was born in this country, and voila, the dedication on the literature set. Mostly people say like Spain or Italy, but actually it should remind you of South American countries.
This is where we're going to have lunch.
Cold beetroot soup. It comes with potatoes.
And
Which I've been home
potatoes.
for like 3 weeks.
And
just kind of recover.
this is the village pancake. What is it made
Village
of?
pan.
This is deep fried bread with cheese. It's a local delicacy. Pork tenderloin with chippies.